bit tighter here, and we'll show you exactly where that couplet is. So there's the possible tornado. There's the intersection of K27 and US 40. As far as the distance from the intersection of US 40 and K27, that tornado is only 2 miles to the southwest. So 2 miles southwest of the intersection of US 40 and K27, that's where we have a radar indicated tornado at this point in time. I'm going to zoom in a little bit tighter once again so we can get some of those city streets on there and you get a little better idea of where it is. So here we are in Sharon Springs in Wallace County. There's that circulation again. If you're anywhere around Sharon Springs, it's time to get down to the shelters. This tornado warning was issued by the National Weather Service in Copeland, and that's going to go until 7 o'clock Mountain Time. So we continue with that circulation. That continues tracking towards the east. So in and around town, you need to be taking shelter right now. Let me kind of back the view out a little bit, kind of set things up for you because, you know what, in addition to the tornado threat that we're looking at, there's downtown Sharon Springs now. There's Cary Avenue, there's South Front Street, and there's your tornado circulation, and that's going to be very close to Walnut Street, just to the southwest of Walnut Street by about a mile. So it's going to be a close call just how close to town this possible tornado is going to get. We'll kind of back the view out. We're going to kind of reset the scene for you. Okay, we just got the latest sweep of the radar data. There's that potential tornado coming into town right now. So there's K27, there's Walnut Street west of town. So as it continues to move, this is going to roll right over town. So you need to be down in your shelters as we speak. Let's kind of back the view out and kind of give you the overview. So that's the tornado warning. That's the threat going on for Wallace County. But in addition to that tornado threat, this whole line of thunderstorms has the potential for wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour. So let's go back over to the Copeland radar, and we're going to go back over to the reflectivity mode. We're going to put it in motion. See that whole line, that leading edge, the potential for wind gusts in excess of 60. We notice that there's now a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued that includes not only Wallace County, but it goes down into Greeley County until 8:30 Central Time, and that's going to be for wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour. So let's get you back into the tornado warning once again. We're going to zoom in here. We're going to get this threat past Sharon Springs before we get you back to the program here. Let me zoom in one more time. Cameron, we got any kind of reports out of Sharon Springs at this point?
No, we don't have anything yet. We have quarter-size hail in Weston, but that's it.
Okay, we've got quarter-size hail in Weston so far, but right there where that green meets the red, that's the area of circulation that's responsible for the tornado warning to be issued. So as we track this for you, again, over the past 30 minutes, we're going to let this circulation get on past Sharon Springs, and then we'll get you back to the program, because at this point in time, it's a pretty nice little tight circulation. The Weather Service in Copeland's gone ahead and issued that tornado warning. And it's wrapped in rain, so you're not really going to see it. That very heavy rain is on the front side of this thunderstorm, so this is going to be hard to spot. So instead of going outside and looking for it, you just need to take those tornado precautions. You need to be down in your shelter at this point. Okay, now that circulation is starting to get east of Sharon Springs, and it's getting farther apart. So this is looking good as far as we're not really seeing as intense of a signature. Let's go back over the Copeland radar and kind of look at what we call the storm detection mode as far as debris. Let's roll that forward over the past 5 minutes. Okay, this is looking good. Not only is it weaker, it's pushing east of town at this point, and we're not seeing as strong a circulation. So we're going to keep an eye on this. We're going to stay live at KAKE.com/weather now. So we're going to keep up the live stream. We're going to keep you updated during the commercial breaks, but let's get you back to the program on KAKE.
This is a tornado warning from KAKE First Alert.
I'm meteorologist Jay Prater here along with Cameron Venable. Let's get you into northwest Kansas. We do have a tornado warning in effect. Now, that has really weakened dramatically, so I don't think that tornado warning is going to go all the way until 8 o'clock Central, which is 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Let me get you here into Wallace County, and I'm going to switch over from, this is the how hard it's raining mode product. We're going to go over to the velocity. That shows us which way the winds are blowing inside that thunderstorm. So let's go over the past 30 minutes. We had a little weak, brief spin up. Possible tornado come from the southwest. through Sharon Springs, and now that circulation has dissipated and it's northeast of Sharon Springs. So yes, the tornado warning is still in effect, but the rotation with that tornado that has dissipated. So I'm not really concerned about a tornado threat. That's why we're not providing the continuous coverage now on KAKE. If we had a tornado, we would be on continuously. But we do have severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of Wallace, Greeley, Hamilton, and Stanton County for wind gusts in excess of 60. We'll keep you updated throughout the night here on KAKE.
Perfect. This is a severe thunderstorm warning from KAKE First Alert.
Just Jay Prater along with Cameron Venable. The tornado warning was canceled early. That was to go till 7 o'clock Mountain, which is 8 Central. That circulation weakened, so they went ahead and canceled that early. Now, we still have severe thunderstorm warnings in progress. This one for Greeley County and Wallace County until 8:30 Central, which is 7:30 Mountain Time. And then we also have a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Grant, Hamilton, Kearney, and also Stanton County until 8:15 Central, which is 7:15 Mountain Time. This whole line of thunderstorms, the potential for damaging wind gusts. Let's go over to the velocity product. And as we kind of switch over towards the Goodland radar and show you the base velocity here, where you see that green changing over to blue, that's the potential for the wind gusts well in excess of 60 miles per hour. And as we roll that forward over the past 30 minutes, you can see how that's progressing. So this whole line of thunderstorms, I really anticipate we're just going to see blanket severe thunderstorm warning. This is just going to be marching eastward across KAKE land overnight tonight. Now, earlier, we did have a tornado warning that included Sharon Springs. We haven't had any kind of reports confirming any damage or anything yet. We're just trying to see what happens. But right there was that tornado signature which weakened, and as soon as that weakened northeast of town, they went ahead and allowed that tornado warning to be canceled early. So we're going to keep you updated here on KAKE throughout the night.
Oh.
This is a tornado warning from KAKE First Alert.
And good evening, meteorologist Jay Prater and Cameron Venable. We're tracking severe thunderstorm warnings and a tornado warning across northwest Kansas. Currently, this is in over fairly open country where we have the warning. It's for northern parts of Wichita County and for Logan County, and that is the potential for the tornado right there. Again, that tornado warning officially in effect for 3 counties, and that's going to be for parts of Logan County, Wallace County, and Wichita County until 8:30 Central Time, which is 7:30 Mountain Time. But let me go over and show you the velocity data and why they've issued that tornado warning. Now keep in mind, earlier tonight we've already had one very likely weaker tornado do damage around Sharon Springs earlier. Now that threat has dissipated. See right there, that's rotating really good over the past 30 minutes as that was coming out of parts of Greeley County, and now that's in northwestern Wichita County and then crossing into Logan. Again, Wichita County, not the city of Wichita. We're talking western Kansas here. And now that tornado threat is right along K25 and extreme southwestern parts of Logan County. So even the tornado risk is basically out of Wichita County at this point. I expect this polygon to be updated soon. There's the area of circulation. It's tracking towards the northeast. So this is kind of your heads up, Russell Springs, if you want to go ahead and take those tornado precautions. But given this environment, we're going to see these things spin up, produce a tornado, and then wrap into themselves and dissipate pretty darn quickly. So we're going to keep an eye on this storm for you. We're providing coverage at kake.com/weather now. Now notice down to the south, basically we have a line of severe thunderstorm warnings, and this is going to be our primary severe weather we're going to be dealing with. So severe thunderstorm warning Greeley and Wallace County until 7:30 Mountain Time, that's 8:30 Central. Severe thunderstorm warning for Grant, Hamilton, Kearney, Stanton until 8:15 Central Time, and also a severe thunderstorm warning in effect now for parts of Stanton County, Grant, Haskell, Seward, Stanton, and Stevens until 8:45. There's going to be a lot of wind with this line of thunderstorms. Let me kind of reset the scene here and give you the overview. As that line pushes east, it's primarily going to be a damaging wind threat, maybe an occasional isolated tornado. For Wichita, it will eventually get this far east, somewhere between about probably 2 or 3 in the morning, still with that potential for damaging wind gusts. Just because we had showers earlier today does not take away from that threat. Keep it on KAKE, and we'll keep you updated.
Number?
This is a tornado warning from KAKE First Alert.
Good evening once again, meteorologist Jay Prater here along with Cameron Venable. We still have a tornado warning in effect, but we're not providing the continuous coverage because the radar indications aren't as strong, and it's over a pretty rural part of Kansas at the current time. Let me zoom in here. You see the red polygon? The threat of a tornado, if we still have one going on, is already now to the east of K25 here in Logan County to the southeast of Russell Springs. If you're in Russell Springs, you can go ahead and continue to exercise those tornado precautions. But let's go over using the Goodland radar. I'm going to go over the velocity mode and even what we call the row HV, looking for some debris detection here. And I'm not seeing any debris getting kicked up on the radar. So obviously this is some good news. Now earlier tonight, Sharon Springs, we did have a tornado impact Sharon Springs. We'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on KAKE News, but let's go to the velocity data. Here we are over the past 30 minutes, and that's the broad area of rotation. It's now, like I said, off to the east of K25. This is south of Russell Springs. Quite frankly, it was stronger earlier as that came out of northwestern Wichita County, well to the northwest of Leota, but still the potential for some damaging wind gusts. You'll notice all the yellow boxes. Those are new severe thunderstorm warnings that are being issued. So you got a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Grant, Hamilton, Kearney, and Stanton. That's until 9 o'clock Central Time. Down to the south, another severe thunderstorm for parts of Grant, Haskell, Morton, Seward, Stanton, and Stevens County. That is until 8:45 Central Time. Wind gusts in excess of 60. We're going to keep an eye on it for. And notice just across the border, down into Oklahoma, there is a tornado warning north of Guyman for that southern end of the cell. If that tracks and holds together, we're going to watch out southern Stevens County around Hugoton to see if potentially that could impact you. So keep it on KAKE, and we'll keep you updated all throughout the night.
Dermatologist recommended.
This is a severe thunderstorm warning from KAKE First Alert.
And good evening, meteorologist Jay Prater. They canceled the tornado warning that was in effect for Logan County. That area that was suspect is what we call occluded. It's wrapped into itself. Doesn't have a real strong area circulation now as it rolls over Russell Springs, and that is going to generally head over towards Oakley. So this whole line of thunderstorms. There's no warnings in effect for this segment of the line, but you know what, at any time you could get a wind gust in excess of 60 miles per hour. Now, Dodge City has got lots of severe thunderstorm warnings for the potential for wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour, including Grant, Hamilton, Kearney, and Stanton. That warning is until 9 o'clock. And then you have this other polygon down to the south here. That's a severe thunderstorm warning, Grant, Haskell, parts of Morton, Seward, Stanton, Stevens County until 8:45. Again, damaging wind gusts. There is a tornado warning just south of the border here. We're watching that, but so far that circulation is staying down into Oklahoma. Keep it on KAKE. We'll keep you updated.
COVID-19.
This is a severe thunderstorm warning from KAKE First Alert.
And we continue to monitor that line of severe thunderstorms rolling in across western Kansas. Now, greater Wichita sometime between about 2 and 3 in the morning, probably getting this far off to the east. This line stretching from border to border. Now, what's rolling into Colby now, Russell Springs, Leota, wind gusts between 50 and 60 miles per hour. No active warnings right now, but near severe. But we do get into the severe thunderstorm warnings once we start getting back across southwest Kansas, including this one until 9 o'clock Central for Grant, Hamilton, Kearney, and Stanton County. We did get a measured wind gust of 61 miles per hour with this line of thunderstorms that's currently also under severe thunderstorm warning. See that little yellow polygon here goes all the way down to the state line. Grant, Haskell, Stevens County, that one is until 8:45 Central. So both of these capable of wind gusts up to about 60 miles per hour. Yes, there is a tornado warning just south of Hugoton at this point, but that best circulation is staying just south, just barely down into Oklahoma. We're going to watch that to see if it gets into southern parts of Stevens and maybe even into Seward County. And again, once we get to about 2 to 3 in the morning, that's when this line of thunderstorms is going to be across south central and north central Kansas with the potential for some damaging wind gust and larger hail. And we still can't rule out an isolated tornado threat. So keep it on KAKE. We'll keep you updated throughout the night.
This is a tornado warning from KAKE First Alert.
And good evening, meteorologist Jay Prater here. We're keeping an eye with KAKE's First Alert Doppler HD. We got a tornado warning that does include the city of Oakley. So let's go there live. This tornado warning has been issued for parts of Logan County, also for just kind of a corner of Thomas County and also Sheridan County. That is until 9:45 Central Time. Let me zoom in and we're going to take a look at the velocity data here. That area of circulation just right in the vicinity of Oakley. So I'm going to switch over and we're going to take a look at the velocity data. Once I do, Here we go. We'll go for reflectivity, go down to the velocity. That's that area of circulation that is moving through Oakley as we speak. Now, admittedly, not the strongest area of rotation that we have seen on that. So we're going to continue to watch this for you. Stay down in your shelters for Oakley. It's not a real tight area of circulation. Haven't had any debris detection, but that's going to cross over Oakley and then across I-70 and head off towards the northeast. So if this tightens up, if we get any reports or confirming anything, we'll get back into the continuous coverage. At this point, it's been a radar indication. And okay, there's the latest sweep of the radar. That area of circulation is very broad, not very tight, rolling over Oakley. So severe thunderstorm, more likely the potential for some wind damage. But in terms of a tornado on the ground, not really seeing it at that point in time. Keep it in KAKE. We'll keep you updated.
This is a tornado warning from KAKE First Alert.
And good evening, meteorologist Jay Prater here. The Weather Service in Goodland has extended the tornado warning for parts of Sherman and Thomas County until 10 o'clock Central Time. Now, so far, this has been based on radar indications. Let's kind of look a little closer into it. We'll zoom in here. Again, this is until 10 o'clock. Earlier, we had the radar indications. We'll go to the base velocity mode here. We'll get in really tight. This is south of Menlo. That area of circulation, again, I'm going to put it in motion for you over the past 30 minutes so you can watch that as it continues to track up here. Again, this is just a radar indication at this point. If you want to go ahead and exercise those tornado precautions, really not a bad idea. But here you go. This is US 24 here. There's K188, so Menlo over towards Hoxie. And right in there, that's where they think, okay, there's the potential anyway for a tornado to develop. This is just a radar indication at this point. So keep it on KAKE, and we'll keep you updated all throughout the evening.
This is a tornado warning from KAKE First Alert.
Hi, meteorologist Jay Prater here. Let's get you updated on the tornado warning in progress across southwest Kansas. There you see the area in red. We'll warn that for you. That's until 9:45 for Gray, Haskell, and for Meade County. That area circulation is weakening, so I think they may allow that tornado warning to expire. Elsewhere across northwest Kansas, we still have that tornado warning in effect for parts of Sheridan County. That area circulation near Hoxie has also decreased. So keep it on KAKE, and we'll keep you updated all throughout the night.
This is a tornado warning from KAKE First Alert.
And good evening once again, meteorologist Jay Prater along with Cameron Venable. We're keeping an eye on the tornado warning effect for southwest Kansas. Now, we've had some circulation at time, but we haven't had anything on the ground. If you're not going to see it. This thing is completely wrapped in rain at this point. Let me go over to the velocity data. It's right there. You got the winds going away from the radar back towards the radar over at Dodge City, but this is far enough apart that you have rotating thunderstorm yet. But as far as tight enough for a tornado, again, we haven't had anything confirming it. So that's why we're kind of providing the occasional coverage. We're also streaming at kake.com/weather now. But that tornado warning is until 10 o'clock for Gray County and also for Haskell County. Now, across northwest Kansas, they did cancel the tornado warning earlier that we had for parts of Thomas and Sheridan County. Again, that area of circulation was broad to begin with, and now that has really weakened. It's between Selden and Dresden, even north of Hoxie. You can make out maybe there's a little weak circulation trying to ramp up there, but it's not very impressive. This entire line of thunderstorms continues to track to the east. Coming up top of the hour, KAKE News at 10, we're going to talk about an extension of the tornado watch that does include Wichita now until 5 in the morning. But honestly, the biggest threat is going to be some wind gusts around 60 miles per hour. Keep it on KAKE. We'll keep you updated.
Tylenol.
Now live from the KAKE studios, this is KAKE News on your side at 10.
Tonight, what a coroner says killed Gabby Petito as detectives continue to search for her fiancé as a person of interest.
Plus, city crews are out working to keep storm drains clear of debris with lots of rain on the way.
And severe weather rolls through Kansas, bringing everything from tornadoes and hail to damaging winds. KAKE News at 10 starts right now.
A strong line of storms is tearing a path through western Kansas right now. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Scott.
And I'm Deb Ferris. Meteorologist Jay Prater is here now with a quick look at our radar for us. And Jay, wow, it's been a busy night.
And they have extended the tornado watch to include Wichita and Sedgwick County until 5 in the morning. So you see the white line. That's the divider. These are the counties still left until 11 o'clock. And then everything to the east of that is until 5 a.m. And as that line of thunderstorms moves, they'll start trimming these counties out. So let's take you live to KAKE's First Alert Doppler HD. And we still have, well, it looks like it expired at the top of the hour, but we did have a tornado between Ty Station and Copeland. Didn't really get a good signature on radar, but as we looked at it, you know what? We probably got a confirmation of, we don't know how big it was at this point, but let's go over to the Dodge City radar and look at the velocity data at this point. As we do, the area of circulation earlier, let me put it back in motion over the past 30 minutes. There's when it came over Ty Station along US 56 in Copeland. See that little squirrel there, that little slant of blue right there? That's where probably we briefly had a tornado between Ty Station and Copeland, had a report of one. Haven't had any confirmation of damage at this point, but that circulation is kind of occluded and rolled its way out over towards the Haggard Grain elevator, and that is rolling up towards Dodge City at this point. You'll notice the whole line of thunderstorms is under a severe thunderstorm warning. The whole yellow line, we're talking Findlay, Ford, Gray, Haskell, Hodgman, Meade, and even parts of Seward County until 10:30 tonight. The leading edge of this could easily have a few gusts in excess of about 60 miles per hour, but we're not dealing with very large hail. Now, as we slide up to the north, there's no warnings here for Lane County, Ness County, Gove, Trego, on up the line here from Graham, even into parts of, Rooks and Phillips County as this continues moving from Decatur and Sheridan over. But at any time, I think an isolated gust to 60 is possible. And that line of storms continues to march east overnight tonight. So for Wichita, the potential for the damaging wind gusts really doesn't pick up until after about 2 in the morning. Take a look at the graph model. We're going to have that solid line of thunderstorms. Again, anytime between about 2 and 4, we could potentially have wind gusts 60 plus. I'm not as concerned about the large hail size. We really haven't had the hail set up. And on the leading edge of this, there is the potential for a brief tornado. That's why the Weather Service is continuing a tornado watch instead of a severe thunderstorm watch. Admittedly, I really thought they were going to probably step it down to a severe thunderstorm watch as that continued eastward. But by 7 o'clock, this is going to be out of KAKE land, and then tomorrow we're just going to get back into a lot of sunshine. So mostly sunny, 58 degrees, the winds gusting to 25, and then 68 at noon. And tomorrow afternoon, I think we will get back into the mid-70s with the winds out of the west settling down at about 10 to 20. So we'll keep tracking that severe line as it moves across the state all throughout the night.
All right, thanks, Jay. And there has been some damage in this. In Wallace County, just south of Sharon Springs, the Sheriff's Office is reporting damage to the golf course, and there are several down power lines. No injuries to report, fortunately. Jay is saying this was likely a weak tornado that went through that area around 7:30 tonight. And you keep tabs on the weather no matter where you are by downloading the KAKE First Alert Weather app. It has interactive radar, video updates, and push alerts to keep you and your family safe. That intense line of storms is gradually making its way east, getting very close now to Dodge City. That's where KAKE's Hannah Baker joins us live from now. So Hannah, how are things where you are?
Yeah, David, we're standing here in Dodge City, as you guys said, where the wind has just started picking up pretty strong here in the last 30 minutes. You know, at times whenever we're walking around, we have a little bit of trouble keeping our footing just because of how strong it is feeling. You can hear it in the air. I want to show you just east of us first. This is kind of the main part of Dodge City, the town part. You know, it's kind of gray, hazy. It's still pretty bright over there, but just to the west, you can kind of see where this big massive storm is coming in. You can see the darkness, and we're seeing a lot more lightning just like that, and we're actually starting to hear a little bit more thunder as well. I want to point your attention over to this tree where you can see kind of how strong that wind is pushing on there. It's just kind of back and forth, but we will continue to monitor this throughout the evening. Live in Dodge City, Hannah Baker, KAKE News on your side.
Right, Hannah, be safe out there. Well, it's been raining off and on here in the Wichita area today. This time of year, streets might be more likely to flood because of extra debris like fallen leaves and dead limbs. KAKE's Eli Higgins is live in West Wichita with what the city is doing to keep those streets from flooding. Eli.
Yeah, Deb, like you said, when these streets flood, sometimes the problem is drains like this. And like you said, this time of year, it's particularly bad because of this. You have more leaves and debris falling from the trees than normal. But the city of Wichita has a team of people on standby to make sure these stay clear.
We'll run it in and we'll get that debris and we'll pull it back to whatever structure that we're sitting at, and then we can suck it up from there.
Derek Costner is in his 8th year working for Wichita's stormwater team, driving this massive truck around town, unclogging drains during storms. With about 60,000 drains and 1,000 miles of stormwater pipe in Wichita alone, it's no easy task.
Every once in a while, you'll get some debris in here, a little bit of water, stuff like that, and just make sure you clear those out.
Wichita spokesperson Megan Lovely says this time of year, it's even more important than usual.
An inch of rain really isn't a lot. It doesn't tax our system. But when you do add in leaves and sticks and other fall debris, it can get clogged more easily this time of year.
The team keeps a particularly close eye on this map. Highlighted in red are the areas known to be problematic for flooding. Costner says there are obvious signs to pay attention to while he drives around looking for clogs.
Whenever you can drive down the road and you don't see any water swirling, you know it's pretty well clogged up.
Lovely says if it weren't for workers like Costner, people in neighborhoods like this would find themselves in a very wet situation.
You know, a lot of people don't see, because a lot of what they do is while we're all sleeping warm in our beds, and they're out there in the rain keeping our streets safe. If you drive by our crew members and you see them working, give them a honk, give them a wave. They really appreciate that.
Lovely says if you notice that your street flood's particularly bad, first look for those signs of drainage like flowing water or swirling water. If that's not the case, she says you can report it to the city and they'll make sure that it's clear. For a link to do that, just go to KAKE.com and click on this story. In West Wichita, Eli Higgins, KAKE News on your side.
All right, let's go back over to KAKE's First Alert Doppler HD. You see the brand new tornado warning. See that curl between Cimarron and Ensign? The National Weather Service in Dodge City is issuing that new warning now. That's going to include Ford County and Gray County until 10:15. Let's go over to the velocity data off the Dodge City radar. This is going to be rolling over towards the west side of Dodge. So go ahead and take those tornado precautions at this point right there. Let me put that in motion over the past 30 minutes, and we're going to zoom in tight so you can watch that area of circulation. This one is just kind of wrapping right back itself. It's already to the east of K23, so this is going to be tracking across, extreme parts of eastern Gray County. This is already going to be south and east of Cimarron. It's going to be east of K23, so eventually it's going to cross into Ford County. There's a county line there, so over towards Howell and eventually Dodge City. So as this circulation wraps up a little tighter, this could be where the next tornado is produced. You got that little, that's heading right back towards the radar. So that's the stinger that the Weather Service is looking at right now, and that will continue to track into parts of western Ford County. So this is your heads up in Dodge. Go ahead and exercise those tornado precautions. And okay, just got the latest swipe of the radar here. Looks like it's tightening up a little bit. We'll see if we can get some confirmation on this and keep you updated here on KAKE.
Now, your KAKE First Alert forecast with meteorologist Jay Prater.
Let's show you what's going on with the watches. Again, until 5 in the morning. Now includes Wichita, western Kansas. That's until 11 o'clock. And as that line of thunderstorms continues to move to the east, they'll be canceling those counties out. So let's take you live once again. KAKE's First Alert Doppler HD. Now, the Weather Service in Dodge City has extended the tornado warning. It's the same storm, but you notice the crawl tripped again on the bottom of the screen. That's until 10:45 for Ford County. That area circulation is kind of wrapping into itself around Sears. So this is right along US 400, and they went ahead and extended that into Dodge itself. So let me switch over, and let's go to the velocity data. Here we are off the Dodge City radar. We're going to go to the base velocity now, and that's why they've done it. There it is right there. If there's going to be a tornado, there it is right on 400, now just to the northeast of 400. Let's zoom in a little bit tighter, and we're going to track that for you. So this is good news as far as this little circulation is already past Howell, past Sears, and the way it's been tracking is that's probably going to take off to the north of 50 here. So getting into Dodge proper is probably unlikely. So we're going to watch that right there. That's where it's might tighten up. That may be where the tornado watch is. Now down here, if this tightens up a little bit, we're going to keep an eye on that on the west edge of town. But right now they've issued the warning based on what's north of 400. and that's going to continue to kind of track away. So let me kind of back the view out. We got this going over the past 30 minutes, and so we're just going to look at this whole line of where we got the wind shift. See how that's rolling towards Dodge? That's where you really pick up that initial leading edge. It's rolling into Jetmore now. Could see some wind gusts in excess of about 60 miles per hour. So we'll keep you updated on that tornado threat right there. As we back up the view, that whole line of thunderstorms is under a severe thunderstorm warning. You see the yellow box, the yellow polygon. That includes Finney, Ford, Gray, Haskell, Hodgman, Meade, Seward counties. That's all the way until 10:30 tonight. And quite honestly, we're going to see that extended eastward as that line continues to roll. Now, it gets a little weaker. By the time you get to Ransom, you go up 283 over towards Waukene and all the way up to the Nebraska state line. Even though there's no warnings out right now, we could still see some wind gusts between 50 and 60. And all these things got to do is strengthen just a little bit more, and we'll be pushing some severe thunderstorm warnings. For greater Wichita, it is just cloudy. We had the teasing showers earlier today. 66, the view of downtown from the Kansas Aviation Museum. You got the winds gusting to 26 miles per hour. As you go up to Hutch, it's 64. The winds are gusting to 26. Let's go to Salina. Overcast and 66 degrees. Now as we start heading out west, notice cloud cover a little lower here at Fort Hays State. Right now 64. The winds are gusting to 33 miles per hour. Garden City, we've already had the line of thunderstorms roll through Garden. That's why it's cooled down to 56. The winds are out of the west on the backside, gusting to 25. In Goodland, you're on the cold side of the boundary too. That's why you're 52. The winds out of the north-northwest, gusting to 24 miles per hour. 66 at Eisenhower National. Then you get on that front. Look at that. 46 in Syracuse, already down to 49 degrees in Johnson. Now, out ahead of this, we're still going to have wind gusts between 25, 35, even 40 miles per hour. And once the winds turn out of the southwest and west, you know you're going to be on the cold side. That system is going to continue to churn right across KAKE land overnight tonight. For Wichita, I am still thinking a window anywhere between about 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. That's when that line of thunderstorms is going to roll through. We could still see a few damaging wind gusts, but the good news, once we get to about 7, 8 o'clock, that is going to exit KAKE land. The winds really gusty out ahead of it. Tomorrow morning, out of the west, breezy. And then as we get past lunch, the winds are going to finally settle down, even with a lot of sunshine. You're going to notice the change in temperatures. I mean, we're talking 30s out west tomorrow compared to around 60 in Wichita. And then Wednesday afternoon, mostly 60s across KAKE land. Wichita, maybe we get up to about 74, 76 before things start to cool down. Check out Thursday morning, widespread 30s, 40s, closer to the lower 50s to start the day. And by Thursday afternoon, highs again, 50s, 60s, and a handful of lower 70s. So Wichita and south central Kansas tonight, we're going to deal with that line of severe thunderstorms roll through down to 58. Tomorrow, let's get back to the sunshine. Wind gust at 30 early and then relaxing late in the day. 76 should be the high, 68 in Pratt. Another front comes through. Overnight Thursday night, early Friday, that's a shower chance and a cool down. The high 64, then down to 40 Friday. Here comes the sunshine, upper 60s Saturday, lower 70s on Sunday. For north central Kansas, a lot of thunderstorms roll through. Not as much of a severe potential here. 46 Hays, 55 Salina. Tomorrow, the breeze early, ending late in the day. Highs are going to be 65 in Hays, 74 in Salina. And then overnight Thursday night into Friday, there's that scattered shower chance. Will cool to 62 on Friday, upper 30s overnight Friday night, and then with sunshine back into the 70s for the weekend. And across western Kansas, the severe storms, they're going to move on out. They're going to move to the east, 30s and 40s. Tomorrow, it's sunny. It's not as breezy, highs mid-60s to around 70. And then Thursday night, that chance of showers, it cools it to 60 Friday, down to 34 overnight Friday night, and then upper 60s to mid-70s for the weekend coming up. And across northwest Kansas, yes, that is a mix of rain and some snow overnight Thursday night to early Friday morning. No, it's not going to accumulate. Friday, we clear out and expect a light freeze. I think 30 overnight Friday night. Here comes the sun and also the return of the 70s Sunday into Monday. KAKE News continues after the break. All right, let's go back into southwest Kansas, where we still have the tornado warning in effect for parts of Ford County, but it no longer includes Dodge City. Now, this was a confirmed tornado. Let's go over the velocity data here. It's not a real strong area of rotation at this point, but as it crossed 400 here, see that right there near Sears, and now this is what we call the correlation coefficient, and you will see that little fingerprint right when it crosses right there. So as it moved between Sears and Howe, I'm going to go back there. There it is. There was that tornado debris signature as it crossed, and then that dissipated. So there it is, and now it's gone. So that is dissipated northwest of Dodge City. They still got the tornado warning in effect here, but the tornado warning, the tornado that was produced, crossed 400 there, and now that has dissipated. We're going to keep an eye on that to see if anything else redevelops. Remember, this whole line of thunderstorms is capable of producing wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour as it rolls through Jetmore, rolling through Dodge now, all the way down over towards Meade. And getting into greater Wichita, I still think anywhere between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. You get north of the line here, Trego County, you get up into parts of Graham and Norton County, still not warned, but very strong, and we'll watch that. Anything gets a little stronger here, some warnings could be coming out across north central Kansas. Keep it on KAKE. We'll keep you updated all throughout the night.
For up-to-the-minute news and weather, stay connected to KAKE News with Facebook, Twitter, and KAKE.com. KAKE News, on your side. This is a severe thunderstorm warning from KAKE First Alert.
I'm meteorologist Jay Prater back in here along with Cameron Venable, and we have a very tiny tornado warning now. You see the very small red polygon. This is for Hodgman County until 11 o'clock. It does include Orwell. This is the same storm that earlier did produce a brief tornado that crossed 400 back to the northwest of Dodge. Let me go over and check it out with the velocity data here off of Dodge City. Again, this has already produced one confirmed tornado. Not a real strong couplet, but right there. Okay, you could still see why they got that tornado warning going. Let me put that in motion for you. Over the past 30 minutes, that's kind of wrapping back into itself. So, you know, parts of Hodgman County for Orwell, and then off towards the northeast. Now, this is not going to affect Jetmore. It's already off to the east at 283 at this point. And notice we now have a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued downstream. Let me kind of back out, and we'll show you the severe thunderstorm warning down to the south. Again, that's the yellow polygon that includes Ford County, Clark, Finney, Gray, Hodgman, and Meade. The leading edge of that, the potential for those wind gusts to around 60 miles per hour. Sliding on back to the south here, and as we head to the north, notice how they've extended the warnings. Now we're starting to get busy here. We're adding Edwards, Ellis, Hodgman, Ness, Pawnee, and Rush until 11:45. They're just kind of getting out ahead of this. They know the storm motion is going to increase, so they're taking those 60 mile per hour plus wind gusts, and they're just warning downstream. So La Crosse, Larned, Kinsley, now all under a severe thunderstorm warning. As we continue to pan up to the north, let's slide the map down to the south here. Up and now, finally, we're getting the severe thunderstorm warnings across north central Kansas. We told you this was probably going to get a little stronger. Now it has. So Osborne, Phillips, Rooks, Smith County, all until 11:30 Central Time. See that how that's bowing out here? Anytime you get the bowing structure, that's going to be increasing wind speed. So 60 plus going to roll through Phillipsburg, Stockton, even down to Plainville. And this is your heads up for Smith Center, Gaylord, even towards Osborne. I anticipate probably more severe thunderstorm warnings being issued as that continues to track to the east. We're streaming online at KAKE.com/weather now, and we're going to keep you updated all throughout the night here on KAKE.